Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Now in today's video, I would like to give out a so-called question that I've recently received from a lot of viewers. So if you're at a senior management level of occupations, meaning that you're currently making some good earnings, now at this point of time, how would you consider to actually migrate to Australia, and which kind of visa is actually suitable for you? Now you may think this question is actually weird, but I actually get the question a lot of time. Now I think the reason is this: if you're on the senior level of management role, or perhaps you're in a senior level of a professional role like lawyers, accountants, or even doctors, okay, it's actually very hard for you to actually relocate yourself permanently to another country. Bear in mind, these type of people actually are making a lot of earnings and annual wages as well, so asking them to actually leave their role and current position is kind of impossible. Of course, at this kind of age, you will probably between late 30s to early 50s, and you will have a family, you got kids, you might thinking about getting a better education, better systems for your family as well. So in today's video, I would like to give an introduction to and also refer you and advise what sort of visa is suitable for this kind of people. So if you're a high end of senior management role, or if you're in you're very experienced accountants or lawyers or doctors, you may consider this option. So let's jump into the visa web page now. As you can see now, we are on the Business Innovation Investment Provisional Visa Subclass 1AA Investor Stream. Now, interestingly, why do I pick this visa to do the recommendation? The reason is, now, for this business innovation visa under this investor stream, it is not mandatory that you will require to have a business or company been run for a couple of years. So as long as you have investment portfolio or profiles, you will be actually meeting these requirements. So again, if you're a senior management role, you're making some awesome incomes, annual wages or salary packages, obviously you may already consider and or already been investing into different kind of investment financial products for over the years. Now you may actually meet, and commonly I've seen a lot of people actually met this requirement, and this will be the way for you to actually migrate to Australia. So let's have a look, because we require to utilize all type of different strategies to actually help and enhance a pathway to migrate and with a visa to Australia. So now the eligibility here, obviously you need to be nominated. That's pretty obvious. You need to be nominated by a state or territory of Australia. And then the key thing is here, own your business, or now this is wrong because I'm gonna take you to actual law there. It should be or personal asset and investments here. So as you can see down here, there are three main topics here. Now you first of all, you need to think about this, and you need to ask yourself, do you have an asset, personal asset, that include yourself and business asset, and including both you and your partners have a total of 2.25 million Australian dollars. That's net. That requires to deduct all the loans and mortgages out. Okay, now if that meets your requirement, then you move on to the second part, is that within the last 5 years, at least 1 year of that, you actually owned eligible investments. Now eligible investment is defined as bond, cash term deposits, stock, and also real estate. Now if you in that particular year, that 12-month cycle, you have at least owned Australian 1.5 million Australian dollars, then you actually meet this requirement. I don't think that's too hard if you're in that kind of role and you have been doing investments for a while, for a couple of years. You should be able to have that kind of things there. And then obviously once that's all done, you make an investment of $1.5 million to the treasury bond of that particular state or territories. Now secondly, I wanted to share with you is that you need to have the right experience. So I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm going to take you what they meant by high level management skills. So generally, some people, they love to purchase some financial product that's related to insurance that basically kind of accrue month by month, putting more money into the actual products, but you don't actually manage what these money actually invest into. Those kind of product is not considered to be a high level management skill, so you cannot do that, but I'm going to take you into that detail there. So let's take into the actual law, the regulations. So the investor stream, again, you're going to be under 55 and you get nominated, and 188.242 basically spells out that you're required to actually accrue that 65 point on the points tables, and basically if you have been in that with that asset of $2.25 Australian million, you should be able to meet that requirement easily. Now the key here is 188.243 and 188.244. So again, this is what I meant. They have put on the web page, they have put it wrong. So here says for at least one of the 5 fiscal years immediate before invitation to apply. So at least one, so it's or, so it's either A or B. So basically if you have been involved in business and company as a shareholders, then you will be meeting A. But generally if you are a senior management role, you might not have any you may have share, but you may have not even have enough share to actually meet that 10%. Because you might be working employed in a very mega company. You may only hold 1% or 0 point something percent, some shares, some stocks of the company. You might not meet that, but you would have this. The applicant maintain direct involvement in management eligible investment. Again, you have you have all these investment products and with the total net value of at least 1.5 million Australian dollars, then you actually meet this 188.244. Now if we move up here, we need to actually see if you could actually demonstrate you have high level management skills. So I've gone into the actual policy of this law here. So let me read these all out so make it more clear, and it's just right down here. So because I've been practicing Australian immigration law, so I do have that portal to actually access to actual policy here. So the topic reads management skill and dash eligible investment activity. So evidence, how do we provide evidence, or how the immigration case officer actually assess this regulation here. So it says, although a subject assessment, a high level of management skill is in relation to eligible investment may be demonstrated by applicant having actively evaluated the performance of their assets and return achieved, on basis of which decision to buy, sell, or retain asset were made. So the key here is that we need to demonstrate, you need to have a supporting evidences to show that you have been actively evaluate the performance of their assets. So how do you do that? Basically, if you're gonna be on the stock, you may easily show that you buy and sell, but obviously not day. If you're doing daily, that's fine, but if not monthly or quarterly, you need to show that. But if you have a stock sitting there for 10 years or 5 years, 3 years, you've never done anything with it, now that's questionable of whether that is considered a highly management skill. Okay, now note that although skilled investors may use broker or financial advisor, so that doesn't stop you to use a financial broker or advisor. Policy does not envisage an applicant rely on broker or financial advisor to make strategic management decisions concerning applicant's investment asset. In other words, the applicant is still required to demonstrate. So you may seek advice from the broker or advisor, but it has to be a frequent role. You see what I mean? You cannot just put $1 million to some advisor and let them manage it, and they actually twist it and change and buy and sell over 2 or 3 years. So it's more like a kind of bond, but you need to show that you have been doing those kind of in and out changes. Okay, so the easier way to demonstrate and provide a sample, for example, is some insurance product that's related to investment as well. So that you probably putting some sort of amount every month, and then you don't have too much of a choices there to actually make changes. However, nowadays they are with the technology, a lot of investment product do allow the actual investors to twist and change over the phone or over the website as much as you want, and that could be another way to demonstrate that you have been evaluate the performance of the asset and making changes on buying, selling, or retain the asset. Okay, so that's the management skill, the highly management skill criteria and policies there. Now coming back to the actual topic in the video today, how would a senior manager migrate, and what is the best pathway? So today I have introduced and advised that the under 1AA-B, the investor stream, will be very suitable for a lot of senior manager or a lot of CEO type of person, or a lot of high skill professionals like accountants, lawyers, or doctors, where in their current position they are actually making a very good money there and a very good income. There's no consideration for them to actually relocate themselves, but opportunity for them to actually migrate and get a visa through 1AA-B is possible and potential. And also the good part and advantage of this is that once they get granted, they can role swap to have their partner to become a primary applicant, staying in Australia with the children, with the kids, to be educating in Australia, and during that time they can actually gain and become a permanent resident of Australia as well. So it's a win-win situation. Okay, that's for the video today. If you do have any question, more than welcome to leave a comment down below. And finally, should you consider to subscribe to our channel, once we have more video and more visa insights or advice, you should be the first one of getting it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.